Gosling. He's in a few really amazing independent movies, and he's another coming actor.
What led to your brave escape?
Well, Jesse, I've been
I'm
alone.
gonna fast forward this because it's very long, but I just want to show you Brittany. Oh.
What put you up a tree?
People walking up to my cage all the time saying goofy things like, pretty bird, pretty bird. Some days I just don't feel pretty. I was ready to crack.
So there you go. That's Brittany and I. That was pretty much the only thing we did together. There was another one where we played opposite on a double date. But that was about it. What happened was when the what we call the young batch came on the Mickey Mouse Club, they were so much younger than we were. We were about 16, 17, and they were only 12 and 11. Brittany was the youngest one of those people. So it was really hard to socialize, but they were all big fans. And so, of course, she sort of took over my role of all the funny costumes, which I was very thankful for. Something I want to talk about really quick is just the issue of fame. And people ask me, well, you know, if you guys were all the same on the Mickey Mouse Club, Brittany made it, Christina made it, NSYNC is really famous, why aren't you famous? And a lot of that has to do with just my choices in life. Most of them were a lot younger than I was. They were still in high school when they chose to start on their journey of becoming singers and actors. And this is a little song that I'd like to sing about my feelings towards Brittany and Christina and where they are up there in the clouds of stardom and fame and fortune. And you guys probably know this song. You've heard it before, but I've changed the words just a little bit, so bear with me. Look at this face, don't I seem great? Wouldn't you think, hey, she's well on her way? Wouldn't you say, that's the girl, that girl could have everything? Look at this throat, treasures untold. How many octaves can one cavern hold? Mulling it over, you think, sure, she could have everything. I've done pageants and contests aplenty, got diplomas and trophies galore. You want original songs? I got 20, but who cares? Hey, no big deal. I want more. I want to be where the divas are. I want to be there, be up there with them dancing and walking around in that, oh, what's that word again? Oh, Versace. Flapping my jaw didn't get me far. A size 2 is required, I guess, for the big time. Strolling along down that, oh, what's that word again? Easy street, up where they train, perfect every flaw, up where they stay all day in the spa. Pepsi for free, wish I could be part of that world. What would I give if I could live next door to Whitney? Oh, what would I pay to spend a day on stage with Celine? Betcha I could if someone would give me the chance I only dream of. Bright and gleaming, sick of dreaming, ready to shine and ready to know what the divas know. I'll ask them my questions and get some answers like, oh, is that your Grammy? And how does it, what's the word, feel? When is it my turn? Wouldn't I love to explore that world I dream of? Just Leno and me. Wish I could be part of their world. Now I'd like to open it up for some question and answer for only the famous people. Because I don't want you coming up after the show going, what's Brittany like? What's Justin like? Let me know now. Let's ask them now and get it all out of the way. And I'll try to be as politically correct. Any questions about Brittany, Justin, JC, any of them? Yes? When JC was a kid, when he was about 13, he came on Mickey Mouse Club, and he was very shy, very meek, very talented, but he saved all of his loudness and his voice for the stage and for recording. He was very, very, very mild and shy when he was just talking to everybody. He was very sweet and extremely talented. He was a natural. He came onto the show following his best friend JC Minor, who had been there a season or two before. So he just sort of tried it out and got on the show, and he was just very excited to be there. So he was a very, very sweet boy when he was on Mickey Mouse Club. Absolutely. Anybody else? This is your last chance? Yes?
This is not a question about Brittany or Justin or anything.
Okay.
Let's do this so everyone hears you.
You can, I'm going to have another Q&A about me later, but just for the famous ones.
Well, this doesn't have to do with any famous.
Well then, wait! Okay, I'm just kidding. No, really, if you want to talk, you can. I know her, so I can stand with her like this.
It's alright.
Okay.
What has kept you driven and so focused over the years after everything that you have gone through, all the pageants, NYU, all of the shows that you've done in New York? What has kept you so strong?
Well, that's a good segue into the next thing I was going to talk about. Oh, so thank you. And she didn't even know what I was going to do. A lot of what has kept me focused was the time that I spent in college. A lot of people, the answer to the question, why aren't you famous, is, well, I went to college. So I'm about 5 years behind everybody else who just decided to go to LA or go to New York and pursue their career. I really wanted a college education that had been drilled into me when I was little, and I always believed in a diploma. And so I went to New York University and I studied musical theater. I got my Bachelor of Fine Arts in Musical Theater. And I think that belief system in, I've studied, I went to New York, I was on my own, I went to shows, I performed in off-Broadway, and I got really great comments and really amazing feedback from professionals in New York City. I think that was a lot of the basis of why I kept going, as well as my support system personally, my mother, my family, my friends, of course, my faith in God. Because I believe that my gift wasn't manufactured in my throat. I think that Mickey Mouse Club had a lot to do with my training. Mickey Mouse Club was my first college. It was absolutely just learning how to be Britney Spears, Christina Aguilera, NSYNC, but times a million, because we did everything from comic skits to dramatic interpretations. We had to do the politically correct interviewing. We mastered so much at such a young age that you really feel like you've done half of everything already. So to get that extra step, to get a college degree, really helped me move forward and to stay on my path, which was to become a performer of some sort. But musical theater, I feel, is the basis for all performance. So getting that under my belt really helped things a lot. Thank you for your questions. So coming from,
So no more questions about me.
so no more. You exhausted the chance to ask about Brittany. That's over. So the last thing I wanted to touch on was beyond Mickey Mouse Club, which is what I was just starting to talk about with Chrissy. Instead of fame, I chose college, and that doesn't mean that I don't want to be famous. But I've come to this point in my life. Well, actually, I'm not going to get there yet. I'm going to talk about when I wanted to be famous. I'm going to talk about when Brittany and Christina and everybody first happened. And I wanted to be up there too, like my song said, you know, I want to be a diva. And I have a little bit about that on the tape when I was interviewed about the famous ones and where I wanted to be, which was a pop star
Because the time of life in particular fell into place. I'd stay on that show longer. I might not have gone to college, you know. So I think that was sort of like a fate thing, at least for me. It was perfect timing. Tell me, you've had 3 fabulous years at the top of the popularity charts. What's next?
This is an original off-Broadway musical where I originated the role of Susie. She was one of the leads. This is practice.
I still want to be a pop star. You know, I still want to be out there singing all the amazing, you know, working up to like, you know, the divas of our time, working up to that stature. I want to be a diva. I'd like to win a Grammy and a Tony and an Oscar and an Emmy.
There's no business like service.
Oh wait, so do I want to show you more? I do.